Hello and welcome back everyone, this is HFKSDFJ. While I was uploading the two previous videos that I did, I noticed a game trailer announcement one, and it got me real excited. I was thinking of ways to do this, but I wanted to keep this as calm as possible because I was real excited. And the game that I'm talking about that's in the title is Warhammer 40k or Warhammer 40,000, depending on who you talk to. I prefer 40k personally. Dawn of War 3. I have played all the Dawn of War games. Not completely through all of them, granted, because Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, and Soulstorm, yeah, that's going to take at least a week just to get through half of the campaign. Well, all the campaigns I should put, because you're playing as individual races. But I've been a big fan of the Dawn of War franchise. Dawn of War 3 is going to be published by Sega. It used to be published by THQ before they went under. But the developer has always been Relic Entertainment. I really like the company. They do a good job. They've done all the Dawn of Wars. They've even done Warhammer 40k Space Marine, which wasn't bad considering. But there were online issues. And then they've done Company of Heroes 1 and 2. So that's to give you an idea of the company. There are, not including Dawn of War 3, there's 7 games. There's Dawn of War, Winter Assault, Dark Crusade, Soulstorm, and then you have Dawn of War 2, which also includes the Retribution and Chaos Rising too. So not overly bad. I was real excited for this announcement, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. Now, I will probably actually upload gameplay of that due to I haven't done any PC stuff. But that's definitely one game I would be more inclined to do out of all of my games on the PC, because it's a game I really like. In fact, I might do some of the original Dawn of War games. But going back, basically from what I have read and heard on it, there isn't a lot of info because it literally just got announced as I'm recording. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this up before midnight, but I should. It was yesterday, May 3rd of this year, people. And they're planning on releasing it in 2017. I'm very excited. I truly am. I have loved the Dawn of War franchise. Not just the video game. It's a tabletop miniature. I've played it. I've played other Dawn of War games. I've even played the collectible card game. Another example of a collectible card game, or 3, is Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic the Gathering. That last one is one I really got into. Forget the other 2, never touched them. But beyond that, I've done a lot. I've read books on it. There's even been a movie that I have watched. The lore in it is real deep in the franchise, and part of the reason I like Dawn of War is Game Workshops, which is in the UK, gave Relic permission to create a new faction of one of their forces or races. Last time I checked, you have the Orcs, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Chaos Space Marines, Imperial Guard, Tau, Necrons, Orcs. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Those are races. Each one has factions. Like, take the Space Marine. Oh, I forgot, there is a Sister of Battles for another race, but like the Space Marines. Faction-wise, you have Ultramarines, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Salamanders, Imperial Fists. You have all these factions. And what Game Workshop permitted Relic to do in the very first one was to create a brand new faction for the Space Marines. And it's called Blood Ravens. And I really like that. They really got into it. Relic pays a lot of attention to the lore, because Warhammer 40k, it's very, very dark compared to most games, I would say. If you start looking into the lore of it, it's dark, and there's really not much to be positive about. Granted, most of the lore, especially the books, take the point of view of the Imperium of Man, which is the main overall human faction, which includes the Sisters of Battles, Space Marines, and Imperial Guard. It takes mostly from their point of view. Personally, I hate the Imperium of Man, but granted, I do like some of the Imperial Guard units, and I do like the Space Marines, but I'm a Tau warrior, okay? So sue me. I like the Tau. But you have different groups, like the Necrons are technically zombies. So, well, anyways, getting off topic. Let's get back onto the game. They're going to, apparently with the multiplayer, they're going to try and do something for your hero select, something like Dota did, where you could counter select and stuff. They haven't announced anything. They're just saying they're inspired by the system and they would like to implement something similar. But gameplay wise, they want to take what was good about the Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2. What the main difference between the two would be, in Dawn of War 2, you didn't have the base building, but you were rewarded for keeping units alive at the tactical level, because the gain experience became more effective and everything. And plus in the campaign, like your hero units, you were able to interchange their armor that and their weapon and stuff, so you can modify the gear they have. That was what's different from the Dawn of War 1. Dawn of War 1 had a good base building element to it. Where like you had to capture points to get requisition or money. So it wasn't real bad, but it forced you to try and defend them and everything, and you could build defenses for them. But at the same time, it the way they did the level cap, the population cap, was they had one for vehicles, one for infantry, and you just couldn't increase them like you could, say, in other games, or even StarCraft. StarCraft, you only basically needed one or two buildings. Well, there were multiple buildings to do it from in Dawn of War, which was real nice, and they want to bring that back. They want the large battles of like what was you could find in Dawn of War 1, but from what I'm understanding, they want to make it even bigger. But also at the same time, they're bringing in new units, like the Imperial Knight, which are very big units for them, the largest in the game series. So that's good. And plus, they're trying to make it very strategic and everything. Like, you can have only, like, you can select 3 heroes. One could be an early game and 2 late. But it's just like you have 3 special abilities or perks, I guess you could call them, which could be various things, which can be elite units, all this. They're going for it in a real interesting way, and I am really looking forward to it. If you go to PC Gamer, I'll try and get a link to it in the description. But if you go to www.dawnofwar.com, you should be able to find the link to the article through there at least. I'll try and also get a link to the announcement trailer to the game on YouTube. That article doesn't go into much. It's just a small demo that's put on at the Relic Entertainment headquarters. So it's very interesting because after THQ went belly up, Dawn of War 3 was technically already in development, and as far as everyone knew, it had been canned. It was no longer in development. So hearing that it's back is very good news, in my opinion. Like, if you're an RTS fan, it's definitely worthwhile. You can find all the games on Steam. But I will warn you, if like you're using Windows 10 and Windows 8, you may encounter problems. Look at the forums there for the first 4 Dawn of War games. This is Dawn of War, Winter Assault, Dark Crusade, and Soulstorm. The reason being is the original Dawn of War was created in 2001, people. This is an old game, so it was built before even Windows 7. So you're going to have to deal with stuff like that. But if you want to get an idea of what it is, look up gameplay of the Dawn of War games. One thing I'm hoping for is I want Last Stand to come back from Dawn of War 2, which was a horde mode where you select a hero unit and you were able to play as it, and you had ones from different factions. Personally, I was a Tau, so sue me, but it was real good. I mean, even the games or the lore they develop, and the canon they develop is actually incorporated into the official lore of Warhammer 40k. So it's worth looking into. So I would, if you like RTS or Company of Heroes, this is definitely a game you should look at, because it's very, very nice. And to be honest, I want them to make it as gruesome as possible, because I'm sorry, when you look at the lore and everything, Warhammer 40k is calling it a bloodfest is a complete understatement, because it's based highly on like gothic concepts. So I hope they bring back all of the good stuff. I forget which Dawn of War introduced it. It had the most blood and gore of any of them, where like you could see dismemberments, impalements. Well, not dismemberments, but like you could see people get messed up. Very well done. And granted, it is a PC only title, all of them are, but personally, real-time strategy and tactic games I hate with controller. They just don't have enough button inputs to make it do it well. And some games have had good either control schemes or other options. Halo Wars, which I never played, but I've heard about it, and Tom Clancy's End War, respectively. Yeah, they had good ones, but I've also played StarCraft and 64 for the Nintendo 64. Well, it wasn't called N64, it was just StarCraft 64, but it had StarCraft in it, and if you had the expansion pack for it, the console, you could get the Brood War section. And I've played both of those on computer too. It's the sheer amount of button inputs a mouse and keyboard can give you, in the fluid input of commands, all the shortcuts. It's so much better that way, in my opinion. You just can't compete it with it. But anyways, as I said, I recommend you looking into gameplay of the series. And sorry about being kind of misleading, like when I'm talking franchise, when I'm technically game Warhammer 40,000 is its own franchise. While I guess you could call Dawn of War a part of the franchise, but its own video game one at the same time. Sorry about that. And like, and stuff, and like when I meant largest units, yeah, I'm just talking all what I know. But anyways, if you are into RTS games, Warhammer 40k and stuff, I suggest you look into it. I've never been let down on the game series, really. Didn't really care for Dawn of War 2 change, but anyways, well, this has gone on long enough. Talk to you later, bye.